Hey, hello. I'll make this real quick. I haven't made a YouTube video in about 3 years, I don't think, but I felt this was important because right now we have a very serious problem with the YouTuber, and no one seems to be talking about it because they don't like him or whatever. Even people who share his ideology, he's been known to rub some people here and there the wrong way. But a YouTuber has been disappeared and no one seems to care. A YouTube journalist, author, has been disappeared and no one in the press seems to care, left or right, and none of his fellow YouTubers seem to care, left or right. And that's Gonzalo Lira, used to be known as coachredpill. And guy's great, guy's got a lot of insight. Guy can be kind of arrogant sometimes, and I could see how he could brush people up, rub people the wrong way. I've seen some of his interviews, and I've seen the interviewers kind of not like him, but he's been given the unvarnished truth about what's going on in Ukraine, and he brings the receipts with him and everything. Russia's not losing, Russia's strategy, Ukrainian atrocities, and most importantly, the corruption of the Zelensky regime, which was undemocratically run and undemocratically installed by the West, but that's a different story. The Daily Beast saw that Gonzalo Lira was just getting super popular on YouTube, and his videos were going viral. I think he crossed the 100,000 mark in like a couple of days, if I'm not mistaken. And his information's been getting out there and flying off the shelf. So the Daily Beast did not like that, obviously, because he's destroying the narrative. Go listen to his videos, follow his tweets, follow his links, follow his Telegram. The guy has just been destroying it, bringing the receipts that basically everything you've seen about Ukraine and the Ukraine conflict is absolute bull. And he's got pictures showing the fraud, showing the disappearance and all that stuff. So the Daily Beast ran a hit piece on him, whose intent wasn't to smear him, because the legacy media isn't throwing anybody off the scent. They're just keeping their viewers and their followers in a bubble. But their intent was, and this is out of Gonzalo Lira's own mouth too, because he knows how Ukraine is run, was to get him located. Let me just give you a little context. Gonzalo Lira lives in Krakow, Ukraine. He's seeing everything firsthand. He has YouTube uploads where he is literally seeing explosions in the background, so on and so forth. So I mean, the guy is there in the thick of things. So you have that context if you didn't know it already. So he's been there. Daily Beast did not like that. He's got proof that our Western narrative is just complete propaganda and completely lying just about at every turn. And he's been exposing that. Daily Beast their intent wasn't to smear him, it was to get him located by the Ukrainian police, and they had managed to do that. So Gonzalo was warning everybody, if you do not hear from me in any 12-hour span, I have been disappeared, and this is the Daily Beast's fault. Well, today is the 20th of April. We have not heard from him since the 15th of April. That was his last any kind of social media interaction between Telegram, Twitter, and YouTube. We have not heard from him. He warned us, if you don't hear from him in 12 hours, then he's probably disappeared. I have to give a handful of props to people like Adam Townsend on Twitter for pointing this out. That's how I first became aware of it. But the silence from fellow anti-narrative people has been shocking. Now, he's made enemies with the Quarterin, and he's made enemies with Scott Adams, and he's made enemies with Sargon Vakard, among some other people. So I understand why they'd be hesitant to be concerned about his safety, but the idea isn't whether or not someone you don't like has been disappeared for an unpopular opinion. The subject here is whether or not it's okay to disappear someone. For a government we're told is fighting for democracy, and we could theoretically have a nuclear war over. This exposes what kind of a government we are willing to spill blood over and that we've already poured treasure into. A corrupt government that's always been corrupt. It's just a piggy bank for the Biden administration that is willing to disappear political dissidents, and they have. And Gonzalo Lira's shown them kidnapping a disabled people activist who has 3 children. Has the Ukrainian secret police full of masks on and everything arrested him, and we are told that this is the beacon of democracy. Zelensky is a hero. He's Winston Churchill and George Washington put into one, and he's disappearing his political opponents. He's already silenced his opposition and shut down TV stations that oppose him. Here he is disappearing multiple people and possibly, taking their lives. And we're supposed to back him. And nobody on the right, which Gonzalo Lira is kind of, his fan base is based on the right. I don't know what his social politics are exactly. And the right is silent, saying nothing. The left, I don't expect to say anything. They blow with the wind, they do what they're told. But the press, the man is a journalist, the press is saying nothing. Like, they did nothing when Peter Doocy was called the son of a bitch. They're doing nothing now with Gonzalo Lira's disappearance. And it is just quite shocking. I expect that from the left. The fact that the right has not stood up, it is not saying anything, and is not championing this cause, and that there's not a "Where's Gonzalo" hashtag trending or anything. Shame on them. Absolutely shame on them. Maybe they'll do it and they'll come around, but it's getting later and later to come out swinging and doing this. The time is now to act, and if you can go on Twitter and just bring awareness to this. If you're on Facebook only, then just let people know about this. Do links, anything you can to find out where Gonzalo Lira is. Where's Gonzalo? Where's Gonzalo? Okay, it was nice talking to you. And like I said, I haven't posted anything in about 3 years. Maybe I'll do this more often. Who knows? Please stand for something. Stand against oppressive regimes, oppressive kleptocracies that disappear people. If you can't do that, then what the hell is your point? All right. Good night.